I'm sat down the field in the lovely grass. The dog doing goodness knows what. I've just given them some fresh new grass, and oh, they're very happy. Excuse the train in the background. They are very happy ponies. Well, apart from Artie, who I did give him some new grass, but he'd like to be close to his girlfriend. He loves Sienna, and Sienna loves him, to be honest. Funny enough, she adores Artie, but she's absolutely savage to Corporal. Poor Coop, who is like her bodyguard, looks after her all the time, and she treats him like dirt. She's so cruel to him. Anyway, as you'd have seen from my thumbnail, it's been an interesting week, very up and down, typical week of owning a youngster. I was going to say, I'm so sorry about Wednesday's video. It's just the most frustrating thing, because that video had good intentions. I really liked the kind of circuit training with poles, but iPlayer, what am I on about? iMovies was not working, and it wasn't showing up what I was doing and the editing I was doing, which is why what happened. So I'm so sorry that the music is so loud at the beginning of it. It really does ruin the video. And I also tried to do it all too last minute. Lesson learnt. I'm not going to do that again. Anyway, moving on to this week's video. Yeah, madam in front of us. We've had a fun week. I did that awful thing of comparing my 4-year-old to other people's, which you should never ever do. It's been the BD Young Horse Forum. I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, I saw some of the clips from the 4-year-old horses on there, and I was like, wow, trotting around beautifully on the bit, walk, trot, canter, in an atmosphere with people watching, and I was like, wow, how? I mean, we could barely go on the bit. Let alone turn. So I did that, like, oh God, what have I done wrong? Why are we nowhere near that stage? I do know that all 4-year-olds develop at different stages. So since the saddler's been, definitely the first part of the week had been tricky with her. I'm not going to lie. She'd been very crabby, sticky, a little bit nappy, didn't seem very happy in the arena. You could still get everything out of her. You could still walk, trot and canter, but she was fussy. Contact's been pretty rubbish as well this week. I keep changing bits and trying to find the right thing, but I think until these baby teeth fall out for her, the contact is going to take some time. So I'm kind of doing my best not to annoy her with it, but at the same time trying to take some contacts. I don't want her to think, we just don't take any. So we gave her a school on Tuesday, and she was still pretty grouchy, and so we decided to attempt to jump just to give her something fresh to do. She does seem a mare that if you do the same thing too much, she's like, right, I'm over that, move on. So we decided, okay, let's show her a little fence, see what she thinks of that. Didn't show her natural gift for jumping, which I know is in there, but didn't show that. I think the weight of me on her seemed to make quite a difference, and she just didn't really get the idea of picking her legs up over the jump. So she did it, but she didn't do it with any great style or grace. And she didn't really jump. She sort of just climbed through everything. And stop being mean to him. If he left the field now, you'd be gutted and you'd be upset. Honestly. Corporal, you're 21. You need to man up, mister. Show her who's boss. Yeah, so that was an interesting attempt. Anyway, we left that there. And the schooling session, and I did come away feeling super deflated, thinking, what have I done wrong? Why are we going backwards so much? What's changed? So she came into season. So that is a possibility, but I didn't think that was the reason. I've had her in season before when we've ridden her, and it didn't seem to affect her. She's delightful on the ground, always. She's an absolute dream. So I didn't think it was that. And then I did think about the hacking situation. And so she schools once or twice a week, and then the rest of the time it's hacking. But most of the time I lead her off of Corporal, because I find it really hard to find someone to come hacking with me, and I have to beg. And so she's really only been hacking like with me sat on her once a week, and then the rest of the time she goes hacking being led off of Coop. And it suddenly dawned on me, stupidly, it taken me that long, that when I'm riding her, the majority of the time I ride her is in the school, even though it is only twice a week. That's the amount, that's me getting on her. And I think it was just souring her. I think she just, for whatever reason, she'd had enough of the school, even though I don't feel like I go in there that much. So we went for an amazing hack yesterday with her. She was brilliant. She was so confident and so brave. We've got traffic lights going on. We went past the pub that was full of people, and she was just, honestly, I was on cloud 9 afterwards, because one, I felt some relief that, I hadn't completely ruined my young horse. And secondly, that she was just so brave. You know, she was up front and she literally left Corporal for dust. And she just was having a whale of a time. So I felt over the moon from that, and I kind of just was a good wake-up call that, you know what, I need to hack her with me sat on her, not always being led out. And that, you know, the other thing, funny enough, I found out this week is she's better when she's ridden more, full stop. So the more exercise, the better with her. I was hoping that I could get it down to like 3 or 4 times a week, just because, you know, you don't want to overwork your youngsters. But I think shorter sessions but more regularly is better for her. She does better. She does better. The more she's ridden, the better she is. So it's all a learning curve, isn't it? I feel like I'm constantly learning and understanding her more and working out what she likes and dislikes. And, you know, she's a mare. She definitely tells me her opinion on, you know, very regularly. I'm going to take her into school today just because I haven't got anyone to ride with. And I'm interested to see that now we've had this really lovely hack yesterday and I'm feeling really kind of confident and a little bit more chilled about everything. I'm really interested to see how she behaves. And we're going to give her a little jump because having started that on Tuesday, while it's still fresh in her mind, I just want to give her another little jump today, and then I'll probably put it to bed again for a while. We'll see. So I'm interested to see how we get on. This video is still 6 minutes long, this intro. I'm really sorry. I just can't shorten it. I don't know if you can tell, but Corporal's, the barn on the other side of Coop, has it's fallen down. It's literally been taken out. So he now has the best view. You can't see very well here. I'm going to see if I'm holding too much in one hand, but can you see in the background? He's now got the world's greatest view, and honestly, this is the happiest horse ever. He always loved his window there anyway, but now the view is exceptional, isn't it, Coop? Here it goes with our session today. If I can grab an extra pair of hands to help get on, I do still, because though she has got so much better, she still does fidget a bit, and it just makes life easier if someone holds her. You can see from the off today how chilled she is. Super zen. She was so relaxed, ears pricked. I was kind of walking around with one hand on the rein, and she just felt like a very different horse to earlier in the week. I don't know if that's the change of bit, the change of saddle pad. I don't know if that was the hack yesterday. Who knows? She's on a new supplement, might even be that. No clue, but this was a very happy horse today. And yeah, I didn't add in all the warm-up clips because we'd be there all night. So I've just added in a few snippets of her going around in the trot and then a few snippets of her in the canter before we go and do the jumping. And what was really wonderful is in the canter today, she picked up the correct canter lead every time, which is brilliant because I've not really done any work on the canter. So that was lovely, and she loves canter. It's her favourite pace by a long way. She's a happy bunny when she's cantering. And funny enough, I felt, because she's got quite a long stride on her, I was like, God, I'm going quite fast around the school. Watch this back and I'm like, oh, okay, no, we're going snail pace. So this is like her first proper jump. She really didn't jump earlier in the week. She just sort of stepped over everything. She's never seen the plank before, so I kept it purposely low so she could sort of just trot over it, because I knew her kind of early on in the session, she tended to crumple on the last stride, so she'd come in positive and then kind of go, whoa, jump, and then kind of trotted over things. But she got better and better throughout the session, and her confidence grew so much. She has a tendency to go quite high in front and then forget she owns a back end, so she catches a few poles out with her back end. But this got better, and I was trying to get her to kind of keep going forward into the jump and be positive and confident, and that happened. She improved so much, and oh my goodness, this is the bit that like blew me away. So she jumps the fence, which is perfectly fine, does a flying change onto the correct canter lead. I mean, hello, superstar in the making. Though I know her jump doesn't look that brilliant now, I really feel she's got all the attributes to being a great jumper. She has a pretty nice rhythm already, and I think once her confidence grows, I'm so excited. Bless her. She's going to be amazing. I just know it. And down here then, when she jumped the fence, she jumped it in a really lovely, more forward rhythm. And yeah, I was over the moon with her. Again, a couple of times she tended to go up rather than a nice and forward, but here to finish, you can see she comes in the most balanced canter and jumps like the dream. So honestly, it was an amazing session. I was on such a high, and that she finished off again looking so happy. I think she absolutely loved jumping once she got the kind of gist of it and how it worked. She was cantering after every fence and just having a whale of a time. So I'm not sure I'm going to get a dressage horse out of her. I just have this strong feeling she wants to be a jumper. But anyway, thanks for watching.